When I said black culture promotes degeneracy, that's something that everybody knows. Like, you listen to any rap music, like Durk, I listen to Lil Durk all the time. He's rapping about murder all the time. He knows that that will sell more music. He knows that rap beef and like, I'm gonna kill you, you're gonna kill me. But you're 29 with kids, still talking about like killing other people and you're gonna risk your life over music. Like everything that hip hop promotes, besides Ye and besides a few like, you know, Christian rap or stuff like that, it's all just drugs, murder, bitches. When a black person becomes more affluent, when they put on a suit, when they get a good job, when they speak correctly, you're speaking white. Yo, why are you talking like a white boy? I'm just speaking English properly. When they talk about keeping black culture black in those affluent areas, they mean they want a doctor who's also sagging. They want a doctor who's still banging and throwing up signs.
I agree that there's a lot of stuff within hip hop culture that is kind of negative, for sure.
All of it.
All of it.
Like,
you really put me on the spot here to like think about it objectively.
Okay, so this is let me get my thoughts together for this one. Right message, wrong messenger situation. This is funny because when was this uploaded? This was uploaded July 2nd. I don't know when Sneako said this, but he's referencing something that he said before. But I want to say Friday of last week or Thursday of last week, I brought up this exact same situation to one of my friends. I've known this guy since we were in middle school together, and we were just talking about politics, just like shooting the shit in like a voice chat or whatever. And we were just talking about politics and some other things, and I don't remember how exactly we got to this topic, but I mentioned to him, I said, why does it seem like everything in black culture, air quotes black culture, is negative? There's very few things that are positive that are pushed to the forefront. And when I said this to him, I don't want to say he just outright disagreed, but he's a contrarian. I've known this my entire life dealing with him. Well, since I've known him, but I could say anything. I could have all the world experience things that he's never experienced, but he would just disagree to disagree. That's just the way he is, and he's very hard-headed. Good guy, but he's hard-headed and he's just a contrarian. That's just, I don't know. That's just the way he is, and he is black as well. But I brought this up to him, and he did a whataboutism, or what about? He said, "What about school shooters?" I said, "Okay, well, we're talking about black culture right now. Well, at least I am." And yeah, I brought up music, trying not to sound like an old fogey or whatever the hell, but I remember older people saying these same things when I was younger, and I never thought that I would be in a position where I start saying these things, right? But it's true. It is true. I grew up in a Caribbean household, so I have noticed that a lot of Caribbeans and Africans, for that matter, if that culture per se is strong in their households, there is a little bit of a separation when you're young, at least, from Black American culture and the culture that you grow up in at home. You go to school, we're all black. Let's be real. We're all black. We're all African American. Whatever. My mother's African American. My father's Trini. So that's the connection there. But there was it was almost like two separate worlds at times growing up. I listened to rap just like everyone else listened to rap. I did all the things that my friends did, but at home and always in the back of my mind, I always knew that these things that they were speaking about and some of the things my friends were doing, some of the things that I was doing was not ideal, was not something that my parents would love or something that I would be proud of down the line, or, you know, but it was perceived as, well, hey, this is black culture, you know? And even when Sneako mentioned they want a doctor, but you also got to be sagging. Like, that's so true. We all black Americans, African Americans know that that's true. He didn't make that up. We all know that. I don't know exactly what the saying is, but we all heard people say things like, women, you know, say, well, I want a man who made six figures. I want him to be a baller or this, that, and other, but he got to be a little street, you know, like a lot of women in general say those things, but it's very prevalent in black culture. We know that. That's not make believe. That's not made up. That's a thing. That's a thing that exists. And I feel like all black guys know this. And the whole speaking thing, Everyone knows that's true. Everyone knows that's true. But it's just really ironic that he uploads this video talking about this, and I was just speaking to my friend about it, and I'm finding a very hard time understanding how anyone can rebuttal this outside of right message, wrong messenger. A lot of people have a serious issue with right message, wrong messenger. I don't like that guy who said something even though he is 100% accurate. I don't know, but why this is prevalent in black culture, I don't know. Example, most recent example, look at John Morant. John Morant went to a private school, seems to have a good family, but he wants to be hood. He's why, bro? Because that I don't know. Why does he want to do that? Why does he need to be street? He's not from the street. What's the what's forcing him to do that? What's making him think that that's how he has to be? Just be John Morant, man. He went to a private school or public school, whatever it was. Just be you, man. Like there were often times when I was younger where I kind of felt like I was an observer kind of situation. Like I had my friends. Again, I changed a lot. I grew up essentially. But yeah, I used to get in trouble, didn't get the best grades all the time when I was younger, but I grew up, I grew out of it. And also in the back of my mind, I knew when I get home, my parents gonna chase me around the house. Like it is what it, but that's good. Discipline is good, but it's almost like in Black American culture, we want to take all the positives out of things that are perceived as Black culture: music, dancing, food, clothing, sports, anything. But with each one of those things, there's something negative attached to it. And that negative thing is rammed down Black people's throat. There are millions of well-to-do Black people, African Americans, who listen to rap music just like me, who like hip hop, who like sports, but don't think they need to be in the street. Don't think they need to be quote unquote hood, this, that, and other. There's millions of us, but we're never put to the forefront. It's always little Dirks. It's always somebody acting the fool. Hell, I stream from time to time, and I remember looking back on certain things on like Twitch and Instagram and everywhere. The only like Black guys I would see, the younger Black guys, were like they had to do something stupid, something just to be a moron, just to like gain popularity. Yeah, some of that has to do with that's just the way social media works. Like people like to watch a train wreck, people like to watch people act stupid and just cut up. I get it, but it just seemed to be a disparity between African Americans and everyone else. There were very few of us, and then the ones that were really popping off, they were, just call it duck a duck, they were doing some dumb stuff. They were doing some dumb shit, like just I don't know, like I don't know. Anyway, I'm willing to bet that the majority of the comments here on this video, at least because it's Sneako who posted it, are either going to be one or two things. It's going to be how is that Black culture? It's Black culture. Or it's going to be well, Sneako said it, I don't like it, therefore it's wrong. No one's really going to be able to rebut the argument, but let's just see. I'm dive into these comments here. Let's see. All right, cool. And he's talking to Adam 22 again. Right message, wrong messenger. Wrong messenger, 100%. Don't know who Ryan Dawson is. Ryan Dawson says, and who decided which hip hop artist gets disseminated to the public? Who owns the record labels and who owned Mad TV? This name sounds very familiar to me for some reason. I'm not going to click on it. It's Twitter. I'm not clicking on it. So can't scroll in peace on Twitter. Everyone knows that. But that sounds very familiar. And yeah, I'm older. I do know, and I've heard people in the record label industry who are speaking about the owners and why they put certain things to Black people and put certain artists out. This is true. This is undeniable. So good start in the comments. This is a good start. I don't know who who Pastor Ben Church of Antifa? What? Don't know what this is. It makes sense to me that a chud who supports Hitler and grooms girls on his live stream has zero clue about black culture. And there you go. There you go. What does Sneako, I don't know if this is true. What is him? I don't think this is true, but whatever. Supporting Hitler, grooms girl, whatever that. This is him. This is whoever Pastor Ben Church of Antifa Benjamin Dixon is. This is a stupid argument. This is dumb. Address what the guy said. Address what he said. This is just blatant. This is just nonsense. This is nonsense. I will always notice, of course, it's always naturally. I would hope only black people will talk about the subject, but that's never going to occur. But why do black people defend this? It's true, bro. It's true. I just clicked on that because he's a pastor, so hopefully there's no nonsense in the comment section. But okay, prove him wrong instead of hurling insults. Thank you. That's all you need to know. I don't need to go any deeper than that. I'm like, somebody said it. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Serial Centrist says this guy nailed it. You can't get what? You can't get where you want to go in life with those ingredients. It's true, man. It's so true. The obsession non-blacks have with black people is crazy. Inca Galore says. Inca Galore and Benjamin Dixon they share a brain. I don't know what's going on. Like, what? Refute the argument. And that has nearly 1,500 likes. Obviously, you don't expect everyone to agree. However, I know it's Twitter. It's a cesspool. People's brains on Twitter just boggle my mind. Like, I don't understand it. Like, Twitter is an echo chamber. You find different echo chambers all the time on Twitter. The echo chambers everywhere. But when you just find one, it's the craziest thing. Left, right, center, they're insane. It's just when you find it, there's no middle ground with some people. It doesn't exist. However, I do know there are going to be some black people who just don't want to admit this. They don't want to admit guilt. They don't want to admit that these are negative things. However, people have been saying this before I was born. Before I've been alive on this earth, there have been black people, black Americans who have said these exact same things. For instance, my father. Yeah, he's Trini, but he was saying some of these things when I was younger. And yeah, when I was younger, I was super duper liberal. Like, I feel like a lot of young kids are liberal naturally. Like, it is what it is. Like, that's just the way you are. You don't really have to worry about the world so much. You know, you're just living life. So I would argue with him about some of the stuff, like with black culture in America all the time. And when I get older, I'm looking at some of this stuff and I'm like, I was right. It's kind of was right, man. So I don't know. I'm curious what other people think. I might read some more of these comments and try not to reply, so I don't fall into the, Anyway, I'm out. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Deuces.